What's going on, YouTube? My name is GinJTCG or Chris, and today I'm back with another Battle VIPs podcast. Except this time I'm joined by my whole group. Every person sitting here has been part of my team, part of my family, like my life for like ever. So I'm excited to be joined by everyone sitting around the table at the couch. It's right after Baltimore regionals for us. It's literally Sunday right after the finals happened. So in this episode, it's kind of like, we normally post every other week, and it's normally Avery and I. Avery's in the back over there. But we're going to do a special episode because we're all here. We're all able to record, just talk, get more people on the channel. These are the people behind the scenes that kind of have a say in literally everything that goes on in my life, the channel, all that. So I'm happy to be joined by everyone. So yeah, if everyone wants to say hi real quick. On the far side, we got my cousin Jose. We got Avery right next to him. Rich, who, if you guys watched the last episode, Rich was also our first guest on the last episode. Better start than last time. Good job. we got 3 words in. We got 3 words in. We got Aaron on my left. What's good, Aaron? So, just about the regionals, I'll start us off quick. I'll be doing a whole video probably coming out Tuesday morning about my deck, about my matches in specific, so I'm not going to spend much time talking about it now. But in general, I played an Arceus pile, which is why I haven't played Arceus in a minute on the channel. I didn't want anyone seeing it. It was Arceus with Noivern, Ogerpon, and a special card I will show everyone in the video. Keep that one a little secret. It was the MVP of the deck. It was the MVP of the deck. Jose hates it. He's traumatized.
Traumatized.
I know this
understatement.
Yeah.
Do I know it very well?
Last night.
Probably, bro.
Yes. Yeah.
Everyone does. It's all I talked about, the whole regional. But I will do a whole thing on the deck, the performance, how it worked, why I thought it was an amazing meta call. It was, Arceus, Noivern, and Ogerpon. It was just a big anti-meta deck. I think I had some amazing matchups, and my run was going amazing. I don't think it could have gone better. Besides the fact I lost the first 2, and then I was on a small Cinderella run, until I hit Greninja EX, which isn't a basic. It doesn't have an ability in one-shot Charizard, so it was, there's not much I could do after that. So that's kind of how my run fell apart. But, I'll talk about that more in the video coming out. Make sure you give it a watch. Avery, if you want to tell us about you, how are you doing, dude?
Honestly, I'm doing fantastic. The deck I kind of threw together was sort of like a water box. I'm a Chimpao player at heart. The moment that card came out, Chris can attest, I'm like, yo, this card is fire. Search for 2 energy, does 60 for each you discard, and backs Caliber, letting you just throw it everywhere. That's awesome. But did a little bit of a last-minute call. I remember I was sitting here testing with the guys, and I saw Professor Turo just sitting out there from one of my old decks. I'm like, yo, I gotta throw that shit.
Saw Rich and I play Turo testing against you. You're like, nah, I need that.
Yeah, I gotta throw that in there. And it did win me game number 1 against Zard. Because she only took 1 prize. And I had Greninja in the active, ready to take the next one, and then swing with Chimpao, and I'm like, I have enough prizes on the bench for her to just sweep afterwards. Turo'd up Palkia. There was no way. I just sat behind a Vulpix V-Star wall, which was the MVP of half of my games. Vulpix V-Star is an absolute unit.
It was not a Chimpao deck.
It was a water box.
It had every water Pokemon known to man except the Kyogre we couldn't find. That was the only one.
If I found that Kyogre, I'm definitely getting rid of a Pokestop. Yo, speaking of Pokestop,
That card.
Yo, that card is fake. I Pokestopped away more Irida than I played, okay?
I don't think I told you. I spun Pokestop 4 times. 3 of them, I hit 3 items in my deck. I was desperate. I was sending it. I'm like, you know what? We're already here. We're just gonna gamble the life away. And 3 times in a row, I hit double nest ball, capturing Aroma, or capturing Aroma, ultra ball, nest ball. And those the only items I really play in an arc pile. It's ridiculous.
Cards,
this is a fake card. It's definitely worth the cut. Definitely worth the cut for Kyogre.
One thing also is Secret Box, most underrated A spec, hands down. One of the best things that I could do. If I had Palkia V-Star, or Palkia V on turn 1, just get rid of 3 water energy, search for a Nest Ball, Irida, Pokestop, make sure that I have a Vulpix on the bench, I promote it to the active, next turn evolve to V-Star, use that V-Star, Turo up Palkia, because most of the games I played Palkia is just attach 3 energy, just pick it right back up.
Yeah.
Because that's a liability, especially against my games 2 and 3 with Miraidon. Yo, the games 2 and 3 absolutely stunk. I legit played 4 turns.
You're about to crash out after games
I pulled up to these guys, I'm like, right on. I was expecting to see a lot more of the actual, like, legit god tier meta, like Dragos, Bolts, Dragapults. I played one Dragapult the entire day, didn't run into a single Raging Bolt or V-Star Drago. And those were the decks that, like, I could really perform well against, because I could just sit behind Vulpix, and if I have nothing to bench, I just Taro up something, even Bibarel. Like, I can just sit behind a Vulpix wall and just, like, tell you to figure it out. But, you know, honestly, at the end of the day, I'm not upset with my performance. I did run into a wacky Bayonet item lock deck, and I somehow beat that playing Chien-Pao. I don't know how I did that. Greninja Radiant is the MVP of my deck. Anything else?
Speaking of Greninja, dude, I wanted to say, too, if you don't mind talking about your deck more, because I feel like you've talked about it with me, like, privately in calls a lot, how Chien-Pao hasn't been performing well, because it hasn't adapted with the change. Like, since Iron Hands came out, it's been the same exact build.
Oh,
forever.
100%. Yeah.
And you took a route where it was much more bench net, because you were looking for Kyogre, but regardless of not having that for the actual competition day, you had Wellspring Ogerpon, Radiant Greninja, Palkia, also in your list, so there's no electric energy, and it was much more reliant on kind of sniping bench on those big evolving decks or chipping away at like some of the like low HP Turbo EX decks. So if you wanted to talk about that, just because that's such an interesting take, I love it too. I thought that was so smart.
Yeah, like Chien-Pao is like a deck. If you look at Trainer Hill, it's got like 30% here, 20% here.
Yeah.
That's because everyone's running the same exact list. People need to evolve with the meta.
Yeah.
People are sitting here, they're playing Iron Hands, Palkia, not even Palkia.
It's usually just Iron Hands.
It's just backs, hands, and Chien-Pao. It's like, yo, you guys need to step up your game. Look at all these other decks. Gardevoir literally lost its best attacker, and it performed.
And it switched to Driftwood. We
We
saw it today.
A lot of other decks, like if something gets rotated out or they feel like they're not performing, they switch. Chien-Pao players just seem so stubborn with their list. Go on like Limitless.com, look up recent decks on Chien-Pao. I promise you, like click 20 of those like little icons where you can view the list. Promise you, they're all the same exact.
90%, 55%.
Yes,
are probably the same. Yeah.
It's insane. Like people need to understand that this thing is still a threat. It can swing.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of water support in the format right now. There's a lot of things that can help it perform. Chien-Pao can still win things like regionals. I was expecting to see at least a little bit more of a showing at Worlds.
You did have a weird 9 matches. It was not what you wanted to see.
Yes.
Not even like bad matchups. It was just like odd ones, like stuff we never would have thought to test for or test so heavily for, which you can't be blamed for.
Yeah,
That just happens.
Running down the list, Zard expected.
Yeah.
2 Miraidons in a row. Then I played against Banette Item Lock, Dragapult. What else was after that? Roaring Moon. And I think I just played another Miraidon after that, and then another Turbo Moon. And it was just like, I expected Turbo Moon. When you're leading a single Pokemon, it's like, okay, I see Sada, it's just not ideal. Roaring Moon is not fun to play against.
No, yeah. But, you know, it was a solid performance regardless.
I did play Quad Thorns. I did play against Quad Thorns. That's what
That's
I forgot.
true. That's
I played against a Czechoslovakian guy. Yo, coolest dude I met. And I'm like, I see a generator as he's shuffling, because, like, you know, when they do that, you can see a little bit. I'm like, I see generator.
You get the card.
I'm like, yo, this can't be what I think it is. And then I see Mulligan. He mulliganed 6 times. And I'm like, yep, this is Lawrence. I even told him, I'm like, yo, this is Lawrence? He's like, yep. So that was a fun match. Scooped. I'm like, yo, it's been way too long. Let me see what they're selling.
Let me just eat lunch real quick.
Yeah, like, listen, dude, I'm gonna give you the win. You're a beast for playing this still. He was a world competitor, too.
Good for him. Wow,
Yeah, I saw 2 world competitors in my matches. I'm like, I'm not built for this. Listen, I'm an okay player.
Your first regional ever.
I'm not playing against. Oh, dude.
Solid though. Aaron, you want to tell us about? So Aaron, because he probably won't say it, completely quit since Silver Tempest. Just dropped off the face of the earth. Switched back to
V-Star actually made me quit the game.
Yeah, and this was his first comeback. Well, no, you played Pittsburgh last year. And you did the same thing. You didn't do any testing. You just showed up to Pittsburgh, played it. This tournament, you picked the deck 2 months ago, never changed the list, and said we're going to ball it. It's either going to work or it's not.
Actually, no, we did change one thing.
We did?
We put in Tapu Koko.
Oh, that's so true. Tell it. What'd you play, bro? Tell us what you played, how it went,
so,
the text.
Played Miraidon with Tapu Koko EX, which does help out the Charizard matchup.
Yeah.
A little bit, I guess.
That was something people did months ago, because you could one-shot Charizard easily by banking on them not having a lot of switch cards with the paralysis,
And I ran into 0 Charizard.
Yeah. Yeah, we thought that was going to be a much bigger share, I think, overall.
Yeah.
Than it was. It was like the 3rd most played deck at day 1, I think. I don't remember.
I don't.
But it wasn't
remember.
what we thought. Like, we thought what was going to be Regidrago on top, Charizard, then Raging Bull. But Charizard was a bit lower. It was third, but it was much lower percent share than we thought. Yeah.
Right into none of them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And my first game of the morning was Stall.
Welcome back to Pokemon.
Wait.
2-year break and matches Stall is wild.
I almost forced a draw with them too.
Yeah.
Which
And then you found your draws later. What was your record overall? What was the final thing?
I think it was 3, 2, and 4.
Yeah.
Which
And the tie wasn't against Stall.
no, I drew twice against Regidrago
Oh.
and once against another Miraidon and once against Ancient Box.
Mm-hmm.
How? I have no idea.
So how'd the deck feel overall, man? Because I've never played Miraidon to an actual tournament. Just online, just sitting at the table like today. I took your deck and I was playing it. Like, you played 9 full games. Was it as bricky as people say it is? Like,
there were a few hard bricks.
yeah. But every deck has that.
Most of the time, the bricks were not unplayable.
Mm. So it wasn't bad then.
It wasn't bad. It was actually pretty consistent. A lot of the times,
Mm-hmm.
I would be getting... I mean, there was a few games where I really whiffed generators, but
Mm-hmm.
I was hitting, on average, 1.5 energies per generator.
That's not bad. Half
Which-
a card. Yeah, no,
The
I got you.
numbers.
Uh-huh. That's not bad, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Word,
So,
bro.
I mean, with more practice, I can get that up to hitting 2.
Oh, yeah. When you fine-tune thinning and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
nice to test before the regional and learn how to play the deck.
You see, I like to go testing at the regionals.
I can't talk. That's what I did to Charlotte. Charlotte Regional. I think I've mentioned it before. I did the same thing. Similar. I made my deck at 3 a.m. that night. And then I'm like, all right, we'll figure it out. You were yelling at me the whole time.
Bro, because I was like, dude, we tested. We were literally playing the same 60. And we
Like you
tested.
do.
We were like, alright, we know this deck. We know its matchups. We literally had a spreadsheet with all of our history. Like,
Definitely couldn't be.
we have a
No
33%
Absolutely
into Charizard. We have like a 90%. Wait, not 90. We have like a
30% on the Charizard. Dude, we cooked Charizard.
It was like a 70.
It's like an 80% win rate
80% against
It was
Charizard.
awesome.
And I was just like, dude, why are you changing it? We know our matchups. We know
Because I
everything.
went in the bulk bins. I literally went. Someone at my local was like, yo, I bet you wouldn't go in the bulk binder and take a card to a regional. I'm like, all right, word. And he's like, no, wait, actually don't. Like, play your list. And I'm like, no, you did. It's too late. And I found Rillaboom VMAX. And that was it. That was all I needed to do a Roaring Moon meta.
I mean, yeah.
Then I went 5-4. Yeah,
That's
I didn't tie 4 times, sadly. But
4 draws are...
I know what it's
I
like
mean,
to not test. Yeah.
4 draws I'll take after not playing for
Given the span of the break.
for how long I have not
That's pretty
played.
solid.
Like ending positive.
But in terms of
Ending
not
with a
losses to
positive
loss,
record,
yeah, no, absolutely.
It's-
And you were tied for most points out of the group because it was these two goons, the one who's can't read a card and the one who hasn't played in a year, who got what was it 13 points?
13.
Yep, and Avery and I got 12. Did you? Were you 4 and 5?
I went 3 and 6. I just scooped my last 2 games.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, yeah. So that was I got 12 points, 9 points, and then is there anything else you want to say before we jump to Jose and how he did?
I don't think so.
If there is, just talk over Rich. It's
Bro,
fine.
tied
We don't
3
need to
times.
listen to Rich.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jose, my guy, my cousin, the new player to the scene. So he picked up the game June. You
Around
played
June,
for
yeah.
the first game in your life in June. Never been to a tournament in his life. Showed up to Baltimore Regionals and he said, I don't even know the full rule set,
Let's have
but
fun.
we're going to ball.
Let's have fun.
How was it? What'd you play? Tell me about the day, dude.
Alrighty. I played Dragon Pulp.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Playing online and now playing with paper. Two
And there was
different
big
things.
changes, bro. What were the
And we made
changes?
some changes
Mhm.
the day before, which was tournament ready. Anything is possible. I mean, nothing to be afraid of.
No.
To what's to come. But coming to yesterday, I won't say it was overbearing, but it was a lot. But after the first turn, flowed. But it's just, I love, because we were talking about you wanted the meta. I was facing all meta. 3 games straight.
Yo, if we switched matchups, I think
I
I'd
think
make
it was
day
both
2.
Day 2. Reggie Drago. And I won't say Regidrago was the
It was the most played deck.
most played deck, yeah, but I won't say it was a hard matchup for me. Depending on the
It's
setup.
definitely an uphill battle. I
Yeah.
think Dragapult, and I told you before, I think it was a sleeper pick for the tournament. I had very high hopes for Dragapult.
Yeah.
I thought it had a solid matchup spread. There was a couple rough ones, like obviously Raging Bolt.
Yeah,
It's not good.
and to be honest with you, I might have misplayed sometimes. I might have,
new, dude.
yeah, but for a first tournament,
That's
you
what
know,
I mean.
You know, take off the rust and time, you know. But first Regidrago match, very consistent, very like in your face. But the thing was though, I was throwing it right back, and to be honest with you, I can't be mad. I don't know about anybody else to say this, but every match between Regidrago and me, one prize every time.
But that's how I know
Every
you were
time.
playing so
Yeah,
solid.
exactly.
Because if you're taking your matches, bro, like I'm not gonna front. When I lost games, I had 0 prizes taken. Like you know what I mean? Like you're a new player. The fact that you're taking almost every match to 1 or 2 prize cards remaining just tells me that you were playing.
And I was spreading
so
the
well.
counters, spreading the counters
Good, yes,
perfectly.
that's huge.
So they had to worry for everything. They had to push up, or I boss or prime it, or counter it. They bring it up so I can finish it off. Realistically though, out of the 3 matchups, really cool people, awesome time.
Well, you had 9.
first
Yeah, what
round.
was your overall record out of the 9?
I won. Technically on record, I lost. I won once, but it was 2.
You gave the record to
I gave the
win.
record
Yeah,
to
you
somebody.
gave the win
so-
to the one
yeah,
person.
because it was just a good time. But it was one interesting deck. But I'll get to that in a few minutes. But
Yeah.
I won once, drew. It was 9 games.
Yeah.
4, lost
You
4.
both play so slow, bro. You have an excuse because you got to evolve. What are you doing? Bro,
It's
you
like-
play Mariah.
It's taking 10 minutes per turn.
Bro, you take 10 minutes on your first turn. After that, it's attached. You have no more generators. Swing.
Yo, you
you
spent more time in one turn than I took playing
And I
against
saw
2
that
Rhino
personally.
decks.
I saw that personally. Because after the 3, I faced a Raging Bolt, which was interesting because I never really came across it. Really. And consistent, yes. Hitting hard, very. But I kept it right back. And the person I was playing, very sweet. You know, helped me out. Even though it was first regional, judges, we would be judges. But it was a great time. Because I had to go from one side of the building to the other.
Oh, that was that.
And the
match,
judge
that's
was
right,
being
yeah.
a little bit of a stick.
For reference, so everyone's
Yeah.
caught up. It's like he was guided to like the opposite. To like he has to judge like roughly where the table, because it was a table number that really didn't make sense. Because it was the elderly
Yes.
person, right? So I'm assuming they normally have a small section where it's like anyone who's physically disabled.
I
you
didn't
can't
even
walk.
know that, but that's sweet.
Normally they do that to accommodate those
that's
people.
awesome.
So it was very confusing when you were
Yeah.
at table like 1,000 and then all of a sudden you're at table 6.
Yeah, like
so
what?
he went to a judge for help and he was guided to like the polar opposite side
the
of the
world.
venue, and the judge just like walked away, and it was a kind of a mess. Showed up late, but the time had to be.
But
added
we got a
back to
time
his
extension.
fault.
And the person was nice.
Yeah.
You know, very understanding. And understand I'm coming from the other side of the world. But generally good time. And Raging Bolt is a bad matchup.
It's a
I
rough
clearly could tell. But 1 for 1. Time extension. That person won the first one. I came back to win the second.
Which is awesome.
Time,
I mean, that's all you
nothing
gotta do,
left.
man.
Did my best. Raging Bolt, Ogerpon, to the discard all the time.
The fact that you showed up, played 9 games as your first tournament, no break, speaks volumes, man. That's the fact that you got through that as a feat in itself. There's so many pro players who will play, get to a point where they're out of day 2 contention or now out of championship points contention, and they'll just drop there. Like the fact
Oh,
you
yeah, I
sat
get
through
it.
9 games is very impressive.
I mean, you
Like, that's a
coming
big
from
feat,
people
bro.
who come far or the people who are local.
I got
Sorry about that. But coming from far and all that stuff, why not? You know, it's the community. I'll talk about the community after my match.
yeah,
But it was fun, really fun. You know, yes, we may not might have made day 2.
None of us did.
But
Sadly.
the
We're
people
here.
like the people that stuck around just to have fun after that, I might have made some mistakes, vice versa. But it was just it's a game. And let's have fun. That's what it's for. After my not contention of making day 2, it was just fun. Because after that, I fought a very janky deck wise I've seen before online, but not in person. I think it was Execute V. It would just like
that was
explode,
crazy, bro. With Fortress, you said.
Fortress explode,
Yeah.
get X amount of energy, and just snipe everything in the back. And I was like, that's cool, but no. And I'll just attack everything. I'll just attack it and the back.
But we taught you better.
Yeah,
and you ran
it was
dude.
fun. And also, I was gonna give the guy the win and all that stuff because we wasn't making day 2, and also he had a family, his kids were around. I was like, yo, dude, take the win. Say that you beat me. It's no point. And he's like, no, I honor Jose. I honor the nice generosity for it, but you won fair and square, dude. I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah,
I can't really argue with that. But
You're
guy,
a nice guy. You're just looking out for a dad trying to play well for his kids, man.
And it was a really nice gentleman. Mm-hmm. And on top of it, after that, just fighting Rhydons 3 straight. And makes me want to play it. Very consistent. Need like 30 minutes or 5 minutes to do their first turn. Because every first game, bench full.
There's a lot of action.
Second bench, and then Iron Hands destroy
but
a 3P or anything
it's similar
like
to
that.
Moon in the sense where it's like once you set up initially, the turns get much smaller in terms of how many actions you take. It might be more thought in one action, but you're generally not doing 15 things. Like on the first turn of really any turbo deck, it's going to be a much longer turn where they get everything ready to just rumble for the rest of the game.
Yeah, because the last 3 I just draw it against every Miraidon.
Yeah.
I won the first. They won the first. I came back in overtime, whatever.
Hey,
and I did face a rare. One prize. Roaring Moon.
Ancient Box.
Ancient Box. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I probably misstepped. I could have won the whole series. And it's funny because the guy I was facing saw it, and I saw the stress in his eyes. But
you were the favored one.
I get it. And all that stuff. Truly, I might have misplayed the first round, but the second round, but overtime.
That's
couldn't do
good.
much. But really good time for first regional and first tournament. It makes me want to play more when I get home and all that stuff. And I got their approval to do it too, so that's sweet. Not like that, everybody, but it got their approval to go and play card games.
The missus
with
said
people.
you're allowed to
exactly,
go play,
exactly.
bro.
The
It's
missus
crazy.
gave me the okay, so that's good. So that's awesome. So I'm gonna play more when I get home. But also general consensus about the community.
Yeah.
A lot welcoming. I mean, not even a lot welcoming. That's not even a word. That's not even a complete sentence. But more or less, the community itself is very open to whatever you want to be. You could be anybody, anything, like anything, or whatever.
Yeah, bro.
People compliment.
The community is so nice. Man.
It's
They
sweet,
just pull
very
up,
sweet. There's
everyone
none
wants to play.
toxic.
Yes.
Maybe if you're on the top other tables closer, then I get it. But still. But general,
I've never had a toxic match. I've never met toxic people that get mad at you. People get mad at themselves and crash out. But it's never
that's
been,
different.
It's never felt geared towards me or someone else.
Yeah.
Like it's your fault. No, it's my fault.
No, they're mad at themselves. They should have done this instead of that and known your play, which hurts to see. But it's not like you're like, wow, this person hates me.
Exactly.
Like I was a bad person. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
So and the community is very awesome.
It's safe,
I love
bro.
it.
People
it's
care
very
about
safe.
each other.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. And also, Pokemon's such a big thing. Everybody, is a big thing. Everybody loves it. But in general, awesome people. I love it. I can't complain.
Bro, I'm happy you finally started playing. I'm happy you're into it.
I'm glad you got me into
the
it.
group is building. I mean, this is more or less all the people. I mean, we're getting John into it.
That's
your
true.
brother.
It's funny because when I was on the phone
expanding.
with him, he was trying to talk to him. He was upstairs with his roommate playing Pokemon with his roommate.
That's what I'm saying, bro. We're slowly
Crazy.
building our group and doing our thing.
And
it's nice. It's nice to see.
Before we get to Rich, I was about to say something. And due to wearing the shirt and using the playmat, not the one that was given, but I have that over here. But everybody was complimenting on the
Shameless
shirt.
plug, talking about the shirt from the shop online. Link isn't in my description, it's on the channel. Go check it out, Hughes.
Yeah, please. It's worth it, I tell you. Everybody was complimenting on the playmat. It was awesome. Everybody.
Well, the playmat's hidden.
Everybody.
The playmat's not sold. I had that for us to order privately. Same with that shirt in specific, but in general, all of my merch is on the website. Shameless plug. If you want to see it, go for it. If you want a mat or something like that, honestly, I'd be open to a commission or two. I could send a picture if you're interested of the mat we used and the one he's talking about in the Discord. And if you, I'm throwing cards. If you want me to make you a mat, just hit me up in the Discord. We'll figure something out.
Great quality.
Yeah.
But It's awesome. I'm glad I got it. I'm into it, truly. I can't wait to play more.
Good, bro. I'm glad.
Speaking of shirts, I got the old shirt. I got that first edition.
You do, yeah. You got the OG one, the me testing to set up the website shirt. Like,
Yeah, I gotta see that.
yeah, bro. He is the OG. I don't even have a shirt. I'm broke,
comfortable.
bro. I
This
didn't have
shirt, I
nothing.
mean, I have absolutely comfortable.
I will
Fourth
tell
had
you,
amazing
yes.
reviews. That's why I chose them
Dude,
because they
so comfortable.
And I'm not even just saying this because it's like my thing. Like when I think this just is like why am I talking about for the channel in general? Like I try to take time to make sure when I go through and select like a company to manufacture all the products and just especially like the third party stuff that's involved in this channel, I do try to take time to like review and look up like the reviews and the quality of not just the shirts but like the mats are so high quality that we were playing on. Like the stickers are really solid. Like everything like that. Like overall is like people like everything from the site. So I'll be posting more on the site soon probably and doing a new set of merch. Maybe this is like season 1 of the stuff. Maybe we'll do a season 2 stuff like that. But
That's cool.
Go check it out. It's on the page.
Comfortable. Tell you that right
I'll
now.
say that shirt is. Oh my god! It
Really?
feels like you're not even wearing it. Like it's that good.
I gotta get one.
I feel like
honestly.
yesterday when I was wearing it, I wasn't wearing a shirt. I feel like I was wearing like a tank top, or I was shirtless, but I wasn't. Just saying.
Hold up to the regional.
Don't give me
sits down,
DQ.
takes his deck out, takes his dice out, and just takes off the shirt.
Sweet.
So yeah, if that's everything you wanted to say, you're all good.
Yeah.
Rich, you've been on the podcast before. You generally know a little bit on how we talk appropriately on a podcast. Please tell us what you played, who made your deck, how great the deck was because someone else made it.
The fantastic man sitting next to me made my deck. Avery.
That's no, I'm gonna throat chop you when you sleep, bro. What was that?
No, Chris made my deck pretty much. Well, originally we were playing the same 60. We were playing.
He copies every deck I make and play, so
They're
I feel
good.
obligated to switch.
They're good. They're good.
I think
What?
so.
I mean, mine might have been better because
That's
I got more
crazy.
points. No, I'm kidding.
He did beat me by a point.
I
He
did beat you by a point.
Yeah.
But what was it? Because my first matchup, I lost into Raging Bolt.
Say what you're playing.
Oh, I'm playing. Yeah. I was
that's probably a
playing
good thing to say.
Arceus, Noivern, and Alolan Vulpix V-Star. What's it called? With Snorlax, Dull, Sharon's Cares,
Yeah.
Scoop Up Cyclone as my ace back. 3 Mist Energy, and
Guys dropping the 60. I like it.
I mean, I have to like
Do
say.
you really want to tell them you're 60?
No, I'm good. But like, what's it called? Yeah, but that was my first match was into Raging Bolt. I went 0 and 2. I mean, not 0 and 2. 1 and 2. I then faced Ancient Box with. I had my matchup.
Guys better go
spread.
through all 9
My
matches.
matchup,
bro.
my matchup spread right here. No, I kept track of my record and my thing. 2.
Talked about the highlights. But
Oh.
match 1, I played this.
Oh, my
and the
bad,
turn,
my bad.
I top decked it.
I will say I hit almost all the matches I wanted. I will say when I did hit a decent amount of the couple of matchups that I did lose, when I needed the cards that I needed that I teched in for that specific matchup, of course.
Please be more
Why
vague.
wouldn't they be prized?
Yeah. The Vulpix when he's playing against Drago. The Noivern.
The Noivern gets milled. No, the Noivern that gets milled
yes.
when Great Tusk plays Land Collapsed, and I'm like, he hit both of them.
And we don't believe in recovery. If there's one thing about me bringing a deck to a regional that I make, I don't believe in draw engines. Those are liabilities. I don't believe in recovery. If it's in the discard pile, it's gone. I don't need to worry about it. It's, dude, it's a trend.
You might as well play Lost City.
I did play Lost City. I played 2 of them.
I was gonna say we played 2 Lost City.
Yeah,
too.
bro, we got to deal with Guardy somehow. Oh, you got 1 Drip Loom? Anyways, don't care, didn't ask, no zone.
Oh, I killed my Arceus. That's all it's doing for this game.
Yeah. Oh, Vulpix fell. I mean, if there's another
Starburst,
Pokemon to play,
I
we'll
don't need
go.
it anymore.
Yeah, but you had a great matchup lineup. You were dialed in. Honestly, bro, like I'm legitimately proud of you. Like not
Yeah.
only was this your best regional,
This guy's
but
a
yeah,
goat.
no, he's a G. He did high. But he's coming from a similar to Aaron, a long a hard 2 regional streak. Well, 1 for you, 2 for you, because this is your second, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got both of you. Like, I'm legitimately proud of all of you. Let me say that, but you two in specifically, because I know like your last regional and your last 2 regionals did not go super well, especially that pit one, man. Like that was hard. You did not hit the matchups.
Yeah, that was.
I hit
Noivern
that
into
was not
Giratina was not
No.
not the play.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, Quad Noivern was not the. Maybe today Quad Noivern was the play, but not.
Havelock,
No.
not the play then.
Yeah, but like to go from that to the day you guys had yesterday was inspirational. Like it was amazing to see how well you guys seriously did.
If a lot of our matchups were different, we'll do.
But there's so many if this
That's true.
happened,
That's
what
true.
could have
Yeah.
happened, you
If
know,
I
shoulda,
didn't
coulda,
play-
wouldas.
Yeah.
But overall, like given literally the cards we were dealt, I am proud of how all of us ended up. Not one of us got to a point where we made it out of day 2 contention and we're like, I'm done for the day. Like I'm just gonna go play a side event. Like everyone sat there and played some amazing matches, stuck through it, played against some awful Miraidons, and we're like, I don't care, I'm gonna go play against another Miraidon next match, and stuck through it. And seriously, to walk away from that, like I'm proud of this group. I'm happy to be a part of this and see how well you guys did, especially you, Rich, because you tied for
Yeah.
most points in the day. We make fun of this kid for not reading cards, misplaying left and right, even when we're backseat gaming to help him. But he went out and literally got the best record with Aaron for the day. So it's impressive. We're proud of the kid.
I had to count his deck before we.
We did.
Crazy
Yeah.
call out.
I hate to be like this, but there were like times where I would do the 6 deck 10 shuffle.
Yes.
I did
Just to
that
count.
to count as well as shuffle because I was like, all right. I'm like, it's been 2 matches. I
Did we
haven't
talk
counted-
about that last
table did you end
episode?
at?
I haven't counted my cards. Yes, we did talk about that last.
Yeah.
What table did you end at in yesterday in Pittsburgh? Not Pittsburgh. Wow.
In
Baltimore.
yeah.
My top table was 350.
That's solid,
That's-
dude. That's legit.
He
Did
was
anyone have a
60.
higher? Well, that was the
Yeah.
super low
I
tables
think
in day 1.
500 probably was for me. I don't remember.
The super low ones are in the front of the venue for people with like the disability
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
any sort of like transportation like walking type problem. They'll keep those tables. They're like VIP tables reserved.
I think I was probably like 5, or maybe the last
Like
round.
500 something.
Maybe if I recall, or 600
Hey,
in
bro.
deep game.
Solid.
I will
man.
say,
It's a good start.
I found it really
Have fun.
interesting because usually, like, all right, I think it was either Pitt or Charlotte. I forget which one, but like, I got 2 wins just straight up by just sitting there for 10 minutes because I feel like as
Bro, you
much
did
as
that at Charlotte with the mimic you wall at Charlotte. I remember that. I
no
remember
people just
People
didn't
just
show
don't
up
show
to
up.
me.
Oh, that might have been Pittsburgh then, because you were in the back rooms at Pittsburgh, dude.
But I just
I got
feel
one of those at
like
Pittsburgh. Got one of those yesterday.
it was a lot
I was
of.
right,
waiting
that's
for one
right.
of those so I could eat.
I did not get one of those.
I just feel
Me
like
either.
it was. Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like it's not just us. I feel like it's the entire community. Like not a lot of people. I think it's especially due to like the whole 21 to qualify for day 2.
We'll talk
I
about
feel
that.
like
after.
that.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Like I feel like that actually contributes to people being like kind of got like going in with like not low hopes, but like being like, I mean, you gotta go either you gotta go
You
undefeated,
need 7 wins minimum.
7 wins.
7 wins.
Or undefeated. That's the
Or
only
6-0-3.
undefeated. That's the only way you can make day 2 of yesterday. And we'll talk about that after who's that Pokemon. But you're right, that did really contribute to the vibe of the tournament, the amount of gentlemen's agreements that were going on. We'll get into that whole thing, especially for the people who didn't go to Baltimore, because that was a change. And like you two might not have, and you two being Jose and Avery, might not have felt the impact as much. You might have because you've been to other tournaments.
Yeah.
But like especially for Jose, but it was such a different vibe. You're right, from other regionals like that. That kind of like we play Pokemon for the dream of making day 2 and getting enough points to make it to Worlds is now like kind of impossible because it's 1, super hard to make it to day 2. 2, it's like you need to be top 125 in our region to make day 2, and it was a vibe. It was a different vibe.
It's a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is impossible.
It is for the regular person. We'll get into that after, because and I'll explain more, because I don't know if you know the whole specifics of everything to make Worlds, but it actually kind of is impossible for people like us who are only really going to go to maybe 1 other regional this season, maybe 2. It legitimately might be impossible, but you're right about that, Rich.
Hopefully New York or something like that.
I mean, dude, we get these lists way ahead of time. If there's a regional in New York, you already know we're there. but there's not this season in the fall. Rich, was there anything else you wanted to jump on?
I don't know. I feel like everyone I was matching against was like really chill. I did not misplay terribly this.
Hey, bro, I hate to break it to you. You're staring at the laptop. The camera's that way. Okay.
I did not misplay like terribly. Because like usually, okay, like what was it? I remember. I think it was either Charlotte or Pitt. I literally gave 6 prize cards in total to all of my opponents throughout the whole day because I would take my 7, take my first turn, and then realize I did not put prize cards down, and then they would have to take 2 less prize cards.
I love those 2 prize penalties, bro. Gotta remember, when you set up your prize cards,
I did,
hit the floor.
and it was funny because some of my opponents laughed because I said that I did do that, and they like chuckled. And they were like, "Oh, you gonna do it again? Come on!" And like, for me, please. But yeah, I don't know. I think I did a lot better this tournament. I feel like it was just in general, yeah. I don't know.
Again, so for the people watching, we've got like obviously my laptop with this set up like the preview, so we see what's going on in the general volume. But you're trying to look at the like we're talking. You can look at us as well. It's okay.
I know.
Also, there's a beautiful camera there. It's literally lighting up, like it's lit up.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. I will say like the vibes were great. I mean, as always. The chairs, not so much.
Yeah,
we did see some dude.
Where?
He just like
you weren't there. That's right.
There was
oh my
one
gosh.
I see, the one that we sat down for one like at table 1010.
Yeah, wait, were you there?
I think but apparently there was one that fell by like the higher higher ups.
There was one by us at one match. He fell through in the middle of his turn.
That's crazy.
Like he was taking his turn, and we hear like. I mean, everyone's talking. Obviously, we didn't hear what he was saying, but we just hear, and everyone looks, and there's just a guy sitting on the floor with, like, cards around him. We're like, whoa, that ain't good.
What's the joke is, like, 2 rounds later, I open up Twitter, and there's a tweet.
Yo, I love Pokey Twitter, bro.
Bro said, it's like my chair breaking mid-match to tie it gets so hard.
Pokey Twitter is amazing. I don't post much at all, but I did post for this regionals. Go check it out. You'll see my list. But God, I lurk. Oh my God, I lurk, bro.
I like to chat crazy to people.
You do.
I haven't gotten any crazy responses, but we're
If
fishing.
you comment enough, they'll start coming, dude. Yeah. Anything else though, Rich, about the day, the deck? The
I mean,
vibe?
I think I also saw some dude go through his chair as well.
Probably did. There was like 12, 15.
Yeah,
this
morning.
like,
There was
a
There was
go-to chair.
13 chairs, I think, was the final number that they said
Did you
on
count?
the.
Oh,
No,
no,
they
they
said-
did.
They did. The announcer said it on stream.
Yes, they did.
I think
They were like
said that
13
today.
chairs have gone through, and it's
That's
like,
funny.
wow.
Venue's got to step it up, dude. That's
I
bad.
mean, it's not even. I mean, dude, how many times do they have like, what, 4,000 people sitting?
But a venue should see when they're cleaning up the chairs. Wow, this one's super rusted, and I'm picking it up, and I feel like it's gonna break in half. Like maybe like toss it.
And it's crazy because everybody was talking about the chairs too in mid-match.
Awful.
Oh my
Saying
God,
how terrible
yeah.
the chairs were.
They were
ridiculous.
They were super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I feel like I was going to go through a few of them too. Like
Me
the
too.
plastic.
I'm surprised
Yes,
I didn't.
yes.
Not even like the metal was been great. I
Oh
felt like
my
it was
God.
in plastic.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll like sit in it and feel it like the legs like
yeah.
kick out both ways, and I'm like I'm gonna go. I'm not I mean most of my viewers I'm sure have never seen me. I'm 5'8". I'm not a big guy by any means. If I feel like I'm gonna fall through a chair, there's a problem, bro. Like,
And it was the guy that we saw. I think
he was
just
jacked.
He
He
was
was
jacked. He was just sat, just chilling, having a cordial conversation.
He was massive.
This girl, boom. We're like, what? We all make sure he's okay, and stuff. And he's like,
He's
you're on
laughing, carrying the chair to the
He's
side.
I remember he said,
Roll
I'm not that big, bro.
leg destroyed.
Oh
like
my
No,
God.
bro.
broken ass,
And yeah, I remember, what was it? One of the chairs when like the table like 11 something that we were sitting at. Like one of the chairs was like in the middle of like everyone, and I was like, oh, there's a chair. Like they left a seat for me. I sat in it, and it like kicked back, and I was like, oh, okay. I still sat in it, and I was just like kind of like just sitting like up and kind of like half putting my weight on my legs still, kind of like half squatting, half sitting.
Not the wall seat, minus the wall.
Yeah, bro, because I was like, no, because it's like if I just feel like a sudden like weightlessness on the chair, like pushing back, it's like
We're rolling deck saves in real life.
yeah, bro, I'm like, oh, I gotta get up real quick.
You know, it's a good thing for those guys that I did not get on a stream because I would have been cooking everything. Like, yo, listen, look at
out
that.
on stream.
Yo, look, the prize wall. Like, listen, you gotta win 3 $30 side events for an ETB, bro. Just buy one. Look at the chairs, bro. It's not their fault. They didn't
Please
supply
break the
chairs.
chair.
But
Don't
bro,
break the
come
chair.
on.
Break 5 chairs, you get a prize on the wall.
That's crazy.
Well, I remember one of the guys that we went to Charlotte with was like, "Bro, I'm gonna go through a chair and I'm gonna get some money." He's like, I'm a sue.
Yes,
I'm a sue. He's like, bro, but like, I mean, it's like I don't know. It's I think I didn't see anything. I think we all would have seen something if like actually someone got hurt. Falling
Oh my
off
god,
the
yeah,
chair.
we would not be laughing this hard. But it
No.
seems like no
Well,
one.
because like it's
got
like
seriously.
there was
Thankfully,
no
nobody-
like
yes,
jagged
yes.
metal because like that's like because
Yeah.
they're all like metal folding chairs and it's like you
Like
know when
rusted through.
when
and
the
stuff,
when the
yeah.
when the aluminum like snaps it doesn't look pretty.
It's not soft to the skin.
No.
It's not soft.
No.
It's-
Aluminum might be a soft
I
metal,
wore
but
shorts.
it's not soft.
It's a
Whoever
soft
wore
metal. It's
pants,
not soft.
Whoever wore pants, I wore shirts. I was being comfortable as possible. I felt my legs, my leg hairs or whatever, felt kind of, I won't say disgusting, but unpleasant. But I sure wore pants like everybody else.
I don't wear pants, bro.
It was comfortable.
I wore
you got
sweats. I was
You wore
dying in
shorts,
that
dude.
stadium.
I was gonna say, I wore-
I give it to you, dude.
Yeah, I also wear sweats. That was
Give it you,
that
too.
was a mistake.
Talking about prize wall and all that stuff.
That was fine.
I wish there was more. I wish there was more.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll talk about all that after.
Yeah.
Because there's so much about the venue, the changes to championship points that we got to get into. There is a
Yeah.
lot to unpack with that, especially for the first regional for the 2025 season. Like there were some underwhelming parts.
We should start from the beginning when we get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is there anything else before? Who's that Pokemon?
I'm excited. I wonder what's chosen now.
All right. So who's that Pokemon? I'm not gonna sit here and make you guys watch me pick a card for 4 different people. It's gonna take forever. So I tried to pick a card to stump the masses. I'm also gonna try something new. For those of you, I'm sure if you watch this podcast, you watch my other videos. If not, that's backwards. Go watch the other videos too. Not now. Don't click out now. After this, or I'll be upset. I'll know.
I'll know. I'll see if
I'll
my
know.
viewer attention.
Listen,
Yeah.
so
He'll know and he'll find you.
Yeah. But I picked one card to stump all 4 of them. Just a refresher for the rules. Obviously, Avery, you know, but for the other 3, we're going to do 7 guesses, 0 hints. There's 4 of you guys. You guys have no excuses to guess one card. I'm going to try something new. For those of you who watch, that's why I was talking about that. I suck at editing. I'm not good at it. I'm just going to show them the snippet on my phone. I have a little screenshot of it. I'm going to try to put the card right here, right above my hands. Yeah, that looks good on the screen. Right here. The card will show up somewhere in this area. And then after, I'll repop it up again. If you missed that 5 seconds and don't want to rewind, it's cool. For now, I'm going to pull up the thing. Hold on, I'm going to do it back here in case I accidentally pull up the whole card. And I'm going to show all of you guys, and then we'll get the guesses. So it's 7 guesses. The guesses have to be card-related. So you could ask a question like, what era card is this? Sword and Shield, Scarlet Violet. It's going to be a standard legal card. It's not going to be an expanded card. Jose, you're okay. The picture's up. I'll show you guys in a second. You're good.
Oh, gee.
There we go. But you have to guess the card. We got to guess the card. Yeah, Rich looks upset. So this is the snippet. You guys have 7 guesses, 0 hints.
Are you
to figure
kidding me?
this out? Again, it's gonna be popped up. It's gonna look a little crazy right now. It's gonna feel a little crazy, but it's gonna be there on
That
screen.
is interesting.
Avery, if you guys need, by all means, just ask for the phone again. I'm gonna leave it right on my leg right here. And you could take a look. So start it off. If we got any questions to get this going, 7 questions in total, not per person. Avery, get us going.
Is it a fish?
It is not a fish Pokemon, no? Question mark? I'm not 100% certain.
I got another question.
Question 2 out
Is
of
it-
7.
Terrestrialized.
No, it is not terrestrialized. That's a good question. It's not a terrestrialized Pokemon card. Remember, you guys gotta guess the card, not the Pokemon.
Question.
Yes.
Is it a radiant? Am I able to ask that?
Yeah, you're able to ask that. Yeah.
Is it a radiant?
Yeah. Oh, you know, no! Oh, no! We all know! How did you know that?
Can I ask?
Oh, we all know.
No!
I know.
Yeah, buddy!
Yeah,
buddy. Oh, wait.
I could.
Wait, I have
want to
one more
tell him,
question.
or do I?
You need another question after that?
Do I play it in my Rotom deck?
I'm gonna punch you in the second. Yes, Avery.
Does a certain Greninja player like this come out?
No, he hated this one. I'll explain that after. That might have been the funniest day. I should have talked about that before.
How many questions was that already?
I think Jose, I think
F4.
you could guess the card.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
I'm also
I
going to
have-
show
wait,
the
I have-
snippet I
I
gave
have a-
them as well. I mean, I'll put that up too.
I have one more question. Jose, do you hate this card?
Absolutely. Oh.
Alright.
I haven't heard anyone guess it.
Who is that?
Who wants to do the
Who hates it
honors?
the most?
Jose.
Yeah.
So do you want me to say?
Yeah, say it.
Yeah, speak its name. Speak it. Nightmare.
It gives it power too.
Yeah,
Because
give
I
it
faced it facing you. How dare you? It looked at me with its googly eyes. Not drippy, everybody. Radiant Jirachi. How?
You actually know the
dare-
background of that card?
It's funny.
Who
Stars.
raised you?
The stars.
And it's funny because when he said radiant, I was like, what could it? Oh.
I was like, that's such a
There's only
dumb
one radiant
question.
we've been
Either,
talking about
like,
this whole weekend.
Radiant
and it was
Jirachi or some other
Cleffa type.
some other space
Yeah.
related
I
Pokemon
asked
like Mega
because
Sky.
I saw the mark on top. I'm like, that looks like a Palafin. Like,
Bro, wait, that's so weird you said that. The card I was gonna do was Palafin EX. Wait, that's so weird, bro.
I was gonna think Dondozo for a second because when I heard fish, I'm like,
I
and
do
you
love
said no,
Dondozo.
and I know you like
yeah.
Dondozo.
I do love
so-
Dondozo and Tatsumi.
So I was like, no, not a fish Pokemon.
So I've been
Or-
obsessed with Radiant Jirachi.
so
So talking about that Greninja match.
I want
so-
to hear this word for word. I know you explained it.
Yeah,
but-
so the Greninja match, the round-ending match.
What
for me,
kind
my
of
lunch break.
Greninja? What
Greninja
kind?
EX. Stage 2 fighting Pokemon, Terrastalize.
Yes, I want to make
170, search for a card, put it
Mhm.
into your hand after the attack, Rap Triggers, Foop.
I love
Bottom
that.
attack.
I wanna make that.
In terms of the deck I played, it's an auto loss. I mean, I'm weak to fighting with Arceus, which is like my get out of jail free in the mid matchups, like Lugia and the Chinchino build and Gardevoir. I'm just an Arceus deck. I'm doing Arceus things. That's how I'm playing. Greninja, I can't do that because they don't have an ability for Ogerpon to stop them, and they're not a basic Pokemon, so Noivern can't stop them. So I have to rely on my fallback Arceus plan. Obviously, when I'm getting one shot and I don't even have enough time to get multiple energy in play for my first Arceus, that's not going to go well. So, I decided to resort to Radiant Jirachi, trying to take the whole game. Like I said, I don't play any recovery in my decks. So, I played Jirachi, played DTE, I had a bench Arceus, I had two bench Arceus, I had some energy from the first one that I attacked with, but the Noivern and that, or the Greninja and the active was damaged. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to full send it. Attach DTE. I Starburst for DTE. And scoop up Cyclone or something to heal my other Arceus. Or no, I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Flip my coins in, and my opponent's like, wait, what does Jirachi do? And I'm like, read the card before I flip. Asher Misfortune, flip 2 coins. If both are heads, you get the insta KO. And he's like, no, not like that. I am not losing to this. Naturally, double heads takes the KO.
Nice.
So then he's like, we're hysterical. The guys in the tables next to us are laughing. They're like, what just happened? He swings into my Jirachi, which allows me to search for 3 cards when it's KO'd by damage, and I search for Thornton, double turbo energy, handheld fan. That Arceus that was on the bench, I played Thornton, I got Jirachi, I attached the DTE, I placed the handheld fan, and I did it one more time.
Thorin does what again, sorry?
I replace a Pokemon in the discard pile, Radiant Jirachi, with a benched, or with any basic Pokemon in play. So I basically just recycled my Jirachi.
Wow.
And
That's cool.
I flipped double heads one more time. and
I remember the group chat going off. And
oh
I
my
looked
god,
at it
I
and
was
like, yes.
hysterical. 2 KOs was the closest I got. I lost soon after that. I had no more recovery for Jirachi. Arceus was not hanging. I didn't care enough. It was like 4 p.m. at that point.
I mean,
never
at
ate
that
lunch,
point,
so I just took my lunch break.
Jirachi did his job.
Jirachi did enough that I won the mental match. I lost on the slip. I won the mental match. Good enough for me, so I just called it a day. So,
I have a question. So
wow,
what
I'm
else
so
was
upset
he
you got
playing?
that so quick, dude. That's so.
You play Pidgeot with him.
He played
Sorry.
Pidgeot.
Pidgeot, Charizard, Greninja EX. But he had enough of a
Radiant Charizard or regular Charizard?
regular Charizard. But he had enough of a Greninja line. He had a 2-2-2 line that I couldn't do.
Rare
anything.
candy. Rare
That's
candy
such
and all
an
that stuff.
interesting.
That
It popped
is-
off in
What?
Japan for a bit, actually. That was the first way Greninja EX was played.
Which
in
Because-
Japan.
Charizard?
Because
Charizard?
it messes
Yes,
up
yeah.
Thorns.
No, that is.
Greninja
But-
for Thorns.
Okay, and
He just did it because he liked Greninja, actually. I asked.
I
him.
respect.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. I mean,
What-
I
that's
was
like-
thinking
Because
about
what
it.
nice
what
little deck.
you do when you're playing that, so Greninja's bottom attack is water double colorless. So when you evolve into Charizard, you could take the 2 energy from
That's
Charizard,
true.
put it on Greninja to discard those away. So if you're playing against a deck that you can bench snipe, like Gardevoir, who doesn't expect to have to deal with Manaphy against a Froakie and a Charmander,
Yeah.
you could take out a couple Curlias.
It's like, oh, I see Charmander, Pidgey. Let me bench Manaphy.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make
No.
sense.
Yeah.
So, the deck works, and that's how it was originally played in Japan when it came out, I believe. And my God, I mean, he was a great player. Definitely
awesome.
deserved the win.
Definitely
I
awesome
wanted to
deck.
eat bad enough that I really didn't care to try them.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
always for, trying to tell y'all, play out your matches. You never know what's going to happen. But that one, I was like, there's no hope for
To
me.
be
honest
I'm
with
just
you,
going to eat.
I took your advice a little too seriously.
You did take it way too seriously.
I took 1, 2, 3,
4 draws.
4, 5 games to turn.
Jesus, dude. What?
Yo, tell the crowd how much electric energy you hit with generator.
Oh, it's so
Oh.
true.
Yeah,
Oh, I gotta say something.
total
about that.
stats for generators.
Yeah, he counted. He's
Yeah.
the book in his hand. He literally counted how many energy were found off generators.
So I played 46 generators, and I only missed 11 of them. I found 69 total energy. Only 59 of it was playable though, because some I hit more than 2. So that left me with a 76% hit rate and a average of 1.5 energies per generator.
Imagine if you cared this much testing.
Yeah, imagine.
Dude, you
Yeah.
calculate these stats to be literally the best statistical Miraidon player, yet you figure it out game 3.
Yeah.
Make me so
Generator puts 2 energy. Is
Look
that
at the
what-
top 5. You're
It's-
allowed to take a maximum of 2 to your bench or
It's
your Pokemon.
crazy too because the last game, he hollowed out the deck though. Fair, I didn't even know what I didn't know what the
Yeah, you were
Miraidon
playing
deck
Miraidon
was.
last.
I was like, what is this? I thought it was the paralyzed one that you put. Great,
That's a unique card.
great card. Because it's a legendary, I think, in
Tapu
the
Koko.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That thing, I don't know what gen it was. But
It's something.
6.
oh, really?
Gen-
That's
Gen
cool.
seven.
I might have to look
Seven.
into
Gen
it.
7.
Gen
Yep,
7.
you're right, you're right.
But that's what it looked like. And then I was like, what? And it said Miraidon. I was like, and then I read it. I was like, oh, this is just the regular version. I mean, just the alternate. And then
Yeah.
when as soon as he put Raikou down, I was like, I know what that. I mean, I didn't know what this card looked like, but that he played. I digress, but he played Generator, 5 energy, back to back. To
I
back to back.
never
Well, you're
hit
only-
5.
You're only allowed to.
I know, and
maximum
we were like, this is crazy. Oh my
5
god,
energy.
5 energy straight, and he had to put the you put the rest in discard or you
Yeah,
It's
shuffle.
back in your deck.
Oh wow, and then he shuffled. And another time he did 4 nest balls and 1 or something else. Yeah.
Bro,
But he
didn't
was
shuffle.
spoken.
No, but he's
oh, I
not-
cut.
yeah, no.
Oh, I cut amazingly, but it was the last
You
game.
did not
so
cut amazing.
He did not cut
You
amazing.
were
I did
awful
it.
at
I
it
did it.
today.
But the thing was though, like that game was the last. I was like, "You want to cut it?" He's like, "Nah, I'll tap." I was like, "You know what? Because you tap, I'll tap everything." And he did. He did it to himself. But great game, awesome guy. It makes me want to do Miraidon. That's probably one of the decks I want to do.
Yeah, bro. Good for you.
Also remember, guys, you can shuffle your opponent's deck afterwards. Like if you're like,
True.
if your
I
opponent's
love
like
it.
hitting stuff like that, like I'm picking theirs up
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna do one of these
Yeah.
and then cut.
It's crazy
We're not
too
doing
because
it.
the Raging Bolt player I played or the single prize one, because it was so back and forth, he was doing it. And when I was playing Raging Bolt, she was doing
Yeah,
it
man,
precisely.
you're allowed to shuffle your opponent's
Because
deck.
I was
There's nothing
consistent.
wrong
I
with
think it was
welcome it.
consistent.
Yeah.
My god, it takes me way too long to shuffle.
Yeah, no,
Was the
it's not-
Great
yeah,
Ninja Charizard?
it was a good
I might
deck.
have
Did
to
not
look
like
at
Radiant Jirachi. He hated
Oh, of
Radiant
course
Jirachi.
not. He's a
Not
man.
for
He
the-
understands.
Was
He
not for the
understands.
I love that card.
Menace to society.
I love that card. I bought an earring right after that round. I bought a Jirachi earring. I don't have it in, actually. I took it out to sleep because they got the long backs and it like pokes when I sleep. I forgot to put it back in. I had Jirachi and Mimikyu. And I had a Jirachi deck box. Yeah, I was running Jirachi all day. So thanks for guessing it. I was really hoping I could stump you guys. I thought you guys would have been so mad if you missed Radiant Jirachi.
It's funny too because
I'm not
this whole weekend, Chris, we were
staring
hating
at that card.
and staring at that card. And in my mind, when you were choosing, I was like, what will you do?
That's why I thought it was so good.
I doubt he would choose Radiant Jirachi. I doubt it.
That's why I thought it was such a good
and
pick.
then when Avery said fish, I'm like, can't be Dondozo. Because I remember the back, you like the Ultimate, the Special Illustrator.
Yeah, the trainer
Ultra,
gallery.
That he's doing like the little,
And the
little
red,
mermaid.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
with
the
the little
sunset,
mermaid
yeah.
thing. And I was like, no, that's not orange. And
Yeah,
then,
I was either like, it's either space or
Ocean.
water.
Deep ocean, yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping I would get more the water vibe, and you guys would start guessing like fish Pokemon, and I'd be like,
That's
oh, they're
what I
cooked.
But when
Yeah, I
you
was
said,
like, buddy's cooked.
when you said it wasn't a fish, I'm like, okay, so it's most likely not water. So I might as well ask if it's a radiant or not.
For someone so smart, you should learn how to practice. I'm gonna say that time and time again.
Listen,
Stop
dude,
playing
I-
Overwatch.
I don't need
Stop.
to practice apparently. If I'm
Aaron, I'm being genuinely serious with you. Yo, just take a few hours out of your day. Not a few hours out of your day, but like a few hours a week. Just hang out with us, bro. You could legitimately be one of the best players in this group, and you could make it far.
He was.
Right.
He literally was.
Just play the
Oh my
game,
God.
bro. Listen, if it gets you angry, then we can just go on tabletop. If it's a TCG Live Van Day, we'll go on tabletop
Yes.
and
Bro,
play. Let's just play the game, bro.
No, that's such a real statement. TCG live hands. I don't know what they have for the shuffling like software
They don't.
or like
They don't.
coding.
It's not.
Like what backwards? I don't even know.
We
Like,
have
because
the
there
worst
will be
clients, period.
sometimes
what freshman
Oh.
CS student did they get?
it was an intern. They didn't pay him. That's
No,
all I know.
Definitely not.
didn't someone put an Iono on a
Oh
Yep.
my god,
That's
yo,
a bug
like,
right now. You could attach Iono like a
That's
tool
funny.
to
To your
Pokemon.
opponent's Pokemon.
That's funny.
Not
So
to your own.
Does it make them not be able to attach a tool to them then?
yes, it does.
What?
So you could block the Rotom with an Iono from Forest Seal Stone, bro. That's
I'm
the
doing
Giga
that
Chat
one.
play.
I'm doing it.
I'm gonna pull the. If I can do it in TCG Live, I can do it at a regional. And I'm gonna start blocking Rotom.
I'm
And
just
if-
gonna tell Judge, like, listen, yo, watch me do it right now
Real.
with this hand. Like, look, it's clearly functional.
Yeah.
and just give them the game to be like, here, show. Well,
Yeah.
There you go. That's funny. Talking about bad, I mean how bad it was. How do y'all feel about the venue? I mean, I have my own complaints.
Okay.
The prize wall.
I will
Could've been
say
better.
Shoot,
this.
dude. What was it?
Oh no, go ahead.
I will say this. Alright, I've been to, this is my third regional. This is the first time when they've given us the promo card. They've, oh yeah. This is the first time when they've given us the promo card, it's been sleeved. Which I
That's
think.
true.
which
You were
I
so obsessed with that little sleeve, bro.
Bro, well, because
it's the actual Pokemon Company sleeves, so they're not good sleeves.
they're not good sleeves, but like at least it's a sleeve. Because I remember like holding like my Turo and my Iono in my hand.
Okay,
like
you
it
should
was
bring
like.
you should be
first
bringing
one.
extra sleeves anyways.
Bro, you didn't even bring 60 cards. You wanted to bring an extra sleeve.
I did bring it. It was in my first match. I lost it, and someone picked it up. I'm sorry.
What, every other regional they didn't sleeve the card?
No.
That's
No.
crazy.
Exactly. But
it
like
doesn't
that was,
matter that
I get.
much, does it? Like it's just.
I mean,
they
yeah,
give you a
everyone
card,
brings
you
extra
turn
sleeves,
around
but-
and you immediately stick it in your extra Dragon Shield sleeve from the back of 100, or the extra Katana or Dual Spec that you had for your deck, and you're like, alright, cool.
Katana
let's go
sleeves
take
are
it.
cool. Though,
Katana
by the
sleeves
way.
are sick.
You're
Yeah,
making me
facts.
like give me
Or
some-
Ultimate Guard. If you're seeing this, I just applied. You told me to apply in the future. Just do it right now. Give me that sponsorship.
Please.
I'll rep your sleeves.
We'll all rep your sleeves. We'll all rep your sleeves.
That's a-
We all want your sleeves.
I already do.
Yeah, we all use your sleeves. Please. Dude, I got my fresh pack of blue katanas for this regional. Anyways, your sleeve.
But yeah, no, I was just like happy because it's I think it's a very, like it is like a very, like small thing. I mean, it also takes mad amount of time to sleeve all 30,000 cards.
30,000?
I mean,
maybe
3,000.
4,000 total. Yeah.
Or yeah.
I mean, I don't know about I don't know the venues, the vendors get it too, so I get
It's
it.
probably the host who sleeved them, but honestly, bro, if you give me like a crisp $20 bill in Arizona and like a biggie bag from Wendy's, I'll do all 3,000 in like 40 minutes.
Respect.
Yeah, that'd take me like 3 hours. But actually, that might take me like a day.
I'm sure they were already sleeved coming out of the Pokemon company or something like that.
I mean, do you sleeve his deck if you got the sleeve? Once you get in that flow, bro, you can sleeve a deck in like 30 seconds, like a
That's
minute.
true.
You know what I mean? Like
Put some
you can-
tunes on, watch.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Have a group of like 5 people. Yo, give us 3,000 cards, 3,000 sleeves.
Oh,
we
yeah.
will finish it in an hour.
True.
Like a group of 5 right here. You know what I mean? Like it's manageable. But yeah, no, it was nice they did that. You're right.
That was like
I
the
just
one.
make fun of you 'cause
I
you're
was gonna
obsessed
say
with
it's the well. I say that because it's the one nice thing I have to say about it.
We need to make sure that we harbor down on this one nice thing so the next 30 complaints don't seem as bad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like the playmat though. The playmat was.
The map is
Playmat
nice.
is
Playmat's
I
nice.
wasn't
Fire.
expecting it to be.
Playmat's
And it's
nice.
beautiful. I didn't see the corner
Is
of the
there?
champion.
Do we have one
thing.
out, or is it like under?
Mine's
the
under the table.
Oh.
Mine's in that orange bag.
You want to grab it? Because then we can
I'll
hold it
go
up and
get
show
mine.
people. Yeah,
Nah,
we'll
dude,
grab it.
I didn't see the little corner on the left, like the champions and stuff. Really nice.
The regional. That's how all those come from the Pokemon company.
That's
they give you a
awesome.
mat and a promo
Actually,
card every regional.
I do
Everyone's
like
using
the. I did see a
They're
lot
the
of Dragon
katanas. Here they are. Sponsor.
Radiant Plum.
Radiant
Amazing
Plum.
color.
No, actually,
is
yeah.
the,
Let's
uh,
here. Let me see this. Ugh, this is the mat. This is what we
It's pretty
got.
cool.
It's sick, dude. This
It's
mat looks
blood
so
moon.
good. Here you go. Thanks, Rich. Appreciate
And we were
you.
thinking about what it would be too.
I wanted Sinistra so bad.
Sinister, I gotta see it.
Bro just tossed Aaron's mat.
That's
No.
my map.
It was
Okay.
good.
I
What
guess
do I want
Sinister
from my
is
man?
what
It's
you're
my
talking
man.
about.
What happened?
The Sinistro card you're talking
It's the matcha Pokemon. The green goop in the bowl.
about. Oh, the ghost type in
Yes,
Scarlet
the
Violet.
ghost
It's
type.
the
Scarlet
like
Violet,
ghost green.
What does it do anyway? What does
Grass
that card do anyway? I think
The
I've seen
card
it
has rebrew. I've made a video on it. Watch the video. No, I'm just
It's
kidding.
like-
It's got the
it's like
rebrew
budget-
attack. You take all the energy from discard, and you can do that many damage counters to one of your opponent's Pokemon. The single prizer discards 3 energy in play, so you play with the Ogre Pawn, and then you swing 210 damage. Vitality band 220.
Yo, grass type.
That was a very, very fast ripped.
Oh
through.
no, I got it. But grass type.
Yeah.
Looking quite
One shot
nasty.
Charizard. Good pick for honestly decent pick for Baltimore. I was actually tempted to play it too.
To
Baltimore.
be honest with you too, with these with the new set that came out.
Evo Press. Don't tire.
How you are obsessed with putting 40 Pokemon in a deck, my friend?
It's a
And
good
no
double.
switch. And no switch.
Zero switch,
switch.
15 gusting cards though.
And, but,
One energy.
and you will play Rod. I will play one Rod.
Yeah, didn't in my
The
list.
bare minimum.
You say that, yet you didn't put Rod
I did
in your
not
list.
play list. Well, because I didn't want to play Rod.
But you just said you do play Rod
Normally
in his head rent free.
I play Rod.
I will say this though.
But not-
grass.
To the
Not to the
event.
regional, yeah.
Why
Well,
would
it's not to a
though.
huge tournament, no.
No,
Why would
definitely
you?
Not.
Grass type though, looking quite spicy right now.
It's not bad right now.
No,
It's not bad type
now
of
with
game.
Hydrapple out.
Yo, I cooked up a list.
I
I'm
guess
so
it-
excited. about
Hydrapple
Oh my
might
God.
be the next. I want to do more poison stuff, but I think
We got
I
a
want
deck. We got a deck, and I got a video coming with the fun poison decks.
Dude,
for
I
Stellar
wanna
Crown
see,
for
and I'm
you. Yeah.
on stealth. Oh, I want to see.
Yeah,
that.
I'll play the list with you, and then I'll make the video on
Say
Hydrapple
less.
or something.
Hydrapple though,
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be
I'm
tough.
gonna order that card soon. No, I think.
When I get paid, I also will be joining you on that. That's what's up.
How much are they?
Like $2.
I mean,
Oh,
I feel
okay.
like
They're not
I feel like
much.
the
I was
only
gonna
card.
say like
I
I
feel like
kind
the
of because
only-
honestly I kind of want to buy them before they've been used in tournaments because I,
I think
feel
so.
like
That's a
they're
good
gonna
idea.
gain
The
traction.
only thing that I feel like, well, you think Ogre would be expensive because actually that's probably the most expensive
Ogre is
because it's in the meta for
It's
every
three
other
different
deck.
deck right
Yeah.
now.
You mean
So-
2 of the 3 top
So yeah,
decks?
that's true. That's true. And I think that's the most expensive card in that whole entire deck. And you unfortunately, you have to run 4.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I
You
think
have to
Pheasantipity
report.
is more.
Oh, talking about that, the MVP for me for the regional, Fez, all the time. Everything had to be sniped. That always had to be sniped. Dude, Fez, that
'Cause
turkey,
that was-
loved it.
Yeah,
I love that
Yeah,
card.
because I read that
Love
in
that.
my Rotom list and
Thank
I
you.
cannibalized it last
Dude, every Iron Hands, anything, destroyed Fez. for because I had Dracloak and Fez, so I'm drawing practically 4 cards, more or less.
5 cards.
5 cards. Sorry.
Plus top deck.
5 cards. Great. And then Pidgey to search what I need.
Fix whatever you didn't get.
Exactly.
Fresh Iono every turn, and I pick one.
Exactly, dude.
Literally, dude.
Fez,
That's crazy.
MVP.
Yeah.
Loved it. That was
you
great.
on me and knocked me out last turn? Guess what, buddy?
Anyways, you got 6 cards in
You
hand
killed my
somehow.
Dragapult? Say less.
Oh,
Yep.
did I hear? I'm getting 6 cards and what's it called? 6 new cards, and one of them is exactly what I want.
Thank
You Iona me to a hand. Sweet. Basic netball. Mess ball. Oh yeah. Let me draw back with everything I needed.
Was there anything else about the day? I know there's a lot you guys wanted to say about the day, the venue, the vibe.
I didn't even look at the prize wall.
It was small.
Yeah.
There was
I have
nothing
a lot
about
to
Is
say.
it so? It was smaller
So
than
I've
Charlotte?
been to. This was my 4th regional, and the prize wall was maybe like a third of the size of other ones, maybe a fourth of it. Like it
Facts.
was so much. You saw the one at Hartford.
Dude.
You guys have seen the one at Pittsburgh. You've seen Charlotte as well.
Hartford.
Avery, you haven't seen another prize wall, but that was like in Jose. You've seen
Hartford.
a fourth of the size of Hartford.
Hartford was
Oh my
like
gosh.
how big. I don't
Huge,
even
dude.
remember how long when we had to get the ticket for a win, loss, or draw. It was that size, that long, and you had a variety of options.
There's
This
so
one-
many random things. It was
this
like
one was
another whole vendor was the prize.
Yeah.
wall. and
and
then
it
this
wasn't no
regional
good.
was
That
small.
and also when we left day 1, half of it was gone.
Well, that's normal.
Yeah,
That's very
yeah.
normal. But normally,
Well,
when
it should
half
be
of
more.
it's gone, there's so much more stock, so it affects people less. But there was only like some sitting cuties. There was some bigger plushies. There were some ETBs and stuff. But normally, like I've got a really cool cup I got at Charlotte. Yeah, I got a Bulbasaur cup. Like there's chopsticks, there's socks, there's earrings, there's deck boxes, mats. There's a whole bunch of you can get packs for like one prize ticket is the pack like at most of them. But this one there was nothing like that, and I thought that was really surprising. Unless we missed some other prize
Yeah.
wall, like this one was super tiny.
I didn't see any
I
others.
didn't either. Yeah.
I think the only thing I wanted was a Grookey tag thing. That's really it.
Yeah.
I bought that.
Yeah.
I already bought that.
Uh-huh.
So.
And I also just find it very, weird, mainly because we had, were there more people here than Charlotte?
There were competing? No, Charlotte I think had more competitors.
Really?
Yeah, I think there was more people who registered for this tournament, but I think Charlotte was a bigger tournament. But less
venues and
people
everything.
made day 2 in this one because of the new point system. So that's not the host's fault. That's the Pokemon company changing the point system. So how it normally works is in a tournament of actually any regionals. Now it's dependent on size, which I guess isn't the worst thing if you're trying to make a tournament that's a fair size per people. But generally, for the sizes we see in tournaments, it's 9 matches. You need to go 6-2-1 as the previous way to get day 2 or 19 points. A win is 3, loss is 0, tie is 1. In this tournament and the ones going forward, it's going to be 21 points to make day 2 with regionals of this
Why
size.
did they change it?
To make day 2 harder, but the prize is you could get championship points if you didn't make day 2.
To go to Worlds, right?
Yeah, and you need to be top 125 in your region in
Wow.
America or in the North American region to make Worlds.
Wow.
So it's like there are so many people. Like we met our friend Adam Reinhardt. Yo, Adam, if you're watching this, hit me up. You're on the podcast next. And your bro. Yeah, shout out those two. Those 2 guys are G's. But they Adam he went. What was it? He said 6-1-2 or
Something like that.
6-1-2 or 6-2-1, which he made day 2 at the previous regional format. But because of that, and one of his boys had the same record, but because of the new switch, they didn't make day 2. There's a lot of people who kind of got snuffed out, and I don't know. I think part of what's nice about the Pokemon as a TCG, especially going after 4 regionals, isn't a lot, but it's something. You're especially playing piles. There's a dream, there's a hope, a realistic goal that you can make day 2. You can make it to Worlds. And now really sitting there and playing in a tournament where you need 7 wins minimum, or the equivalent, to make day 2, that dream feels really snuffed out. And I think people can really, it was the unspoken thing at the tournaments. People really felt that. Because there's so many more, gentlemen's agreements. Hey, if we tie, it's the same as losing. So, we have to do illegal things, flip a coin, or whoever has more prize cards will just declare the winner. And, those gentlemen's agreements, I think, ruin the integrity of the game, and I think if we're going into a format or not a format, if we're going into a style of tournament like this, where you need a record like that, there might have to be either a rules change to give longer matches, or I don't think I would like it, but switch to best of ones or something like that. You know what I mean? Like they do that in Japan. I'm not saying I like best of ones, but maybe that's needed in place, because I played a game that was 49 minutes, and like we were like, man, a tie would really just be a loss here. Like, what was the point of that whole game? And he's a control player, so if we said do a gentleman's agreement, like, oh, well, I have more prizes, I win, like, that doesn't help my opponent any. Like, he's not you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of that? So, you know, it felt, there were a lot of games, and I think all of you noticed that felt weird, felt off. You know, ties used to be something you could rock with, feel a bit happy. Yesterday, it was like, wow, we tied, so pretty much we lost. Like, that sucks. It didn't feel good.
Yeah, we shouldn't be going into game 3 seeing people doing gentlemen's agreements. That's just
at least every other round. At a certain point, it makes sense. You know, when you're like, okay, look, we both need this as a win and in. Here's a gentleman's agreement. Then I feel like it's more appropriate. But if you're in round 2 and every other person next to you is doing a gentleman's agreement, something is wrong. Like, something's up.
Yeah. Like, for me, it was like, I think, round... Because I lost my first, won my second, and then the third I tied. And I was like, we gotta go undefeated here on out, bro.
Yeah,
That was
it's
it.
awful.
True.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like when I was what was it, 2 and 3,
Yeah.
going into game 6, I'm sitting there like, this is the game to keep me in. And I played against, he was the coolest dude I've ever met. Like, we were talking, we were having fun. He was talking about like his wife, his family, and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, like, why does this game, like, if I win, why does this game have to be the one that sends him home? And he sounded so upset when he lost.
Yeah.
He's like, I might as well just go home. There's no point. It's like, come on. Like, that shouldn't be a thing that
Which-
Pokemon does.
To be fair, that I think is almost normal, because there is a point where, like, normally if you hit your third loss, yes, you're out. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like you're out even in the old format. But I think what makes it hard is it's like, you know, you're in round 2 and it's like, okay, I'm going into match 3. Let me at least not slow play, but go for the tie. Like, almost just try to stall my opponent as long as possible by gusting their annoying Pokemon that they don't want in the active.
Mhm.
Because a tie gets me a point, and I can go like 6-2-1. I can handle a tie and still have a reasonable record to go for to make day 2. Whereas now, like, you know, because there's always going to be a match where you are eliminated from day 2 contention, and then usually those will be the most fun games because you both really want it and you'll feel bad. But I think now, since ties are the equivalent of losses, pretty much, it sucks. It feels awful.
Unless if you go, what?
6-0-3, undefeated. You have to go completely undefeated if you tie once.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So I was out of day 2 condition by round 2.
No one could have until round 3.
No, because I lost and then drew.
Yeah, which means if you went 7 wins, you could have made
That's
it.
true, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, the soonest you would be out is round 3.
Yeah.
Whereas before,
But
the
round three
soonest
is
you
when
would
I
be
was-
out would be round 4, and that's almost halfway through. You know, and there was just so much more hope. Like, it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're playing it, there's so much more hope. You know, you two could speak on that more in the other regionals
Yeah.
than this one.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like, well, I had a lot more hope to go to day 2 in this one, but...
But that's just because you were prepared more. But I'm saying record-wise, like, you know, it was
Oh,
much
yeah,
harder.
no. I
As far as the
mean,
rule changes go.
well, I mean,
As far as rule changes go.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, 'cause it was-
it's set up.
because what was it? It was like past round 4, I got like 2 buys.
That's insane. Are you serious? Oh, because you're
Not
playing Raging Bull, or in Pittsburgh or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
That's
like,
because
oh.
you lost like 3 in a row. So
Yeah.
then your opponents were like, whatever, don't care. We're going home. Yeah.
Don't care. Side events.
Yep.
It's crazy too now, Chris, when you mentioned earlier saying that I won't be affected because of my first, but I get what you mean, like going from 19 points, boosting it by 1 to 21. I get what you mean now.
Like, it doesn't sound big, but the
What?
record you need for that is so much harder, and it cuts so many more people out of day 2, and that is.
It's reachable.
That affects
but
the players.
It's not impossible.
And before it was a point requirement to get to Worlds. Now, like, you guys have now all been to a regional. Now, instead of a point requirement to shoot and aim for, you have to go to every single regional pretty much. Day 2 at half of them. Have some decent placements at a couple of those to be the top 125 at your region. Like, that's insane, dude. We're, like, the regular people like us, we were going to maybe 2 regionals for the whole year. Gone.
I think it also might be to cut down on the amount of people in the North American region that play in Worlds.
Then they should just advertise other tournaments better in other countries if they want other people. They shouldn't shut down a massive population of people enjoying their game at the highest level because there's an unfair representation from our country or our countries in North America at Worlds. If they want more people from Europe to be at these tournaments, they need to promote more in Europe, do more regionals in Europe, and gain that sort of traction. And to be fair, it's the same proportional size. There's 125 players allowed from North America to be in Worlds. There's 25 or something from Oceania?
Yeah.
Or something like that. Like, each respective area of the world has a certain limit of people to qualify for Worlds. So it's just as hard as for us to make it as it is from someone from Oceania. Because there's only 25 spots, but they have a lot less people playing in these tournaments than we do. So we have actually tied for the biggest portion allowed for Worlds.
Got it. I didn't know.
No, it's fair. I mean, hey, that's a fair question. You know, it makes sense.
I mean,
You
it's
wouldn't
like,
know that normally. Yeah.
Because I thought it was just like we get, it's just like
We get 125, Europe gets 125. No, Europe has less than America. I forgot how much Japan has, or Asia. I forgot the exact whatever's. But I know North. It's not U.S. It's U.S., Canada. I don't. It's Mexico. I don't remember if it's North America or
I'm
U.S.
sure they
Canada.
showed it on the stream today.
Yeah, the Pokemon TCG,
Yeah.
the Baltimore stream. Yeah, it was on there, and you can look it up. It's on the Pokemon website. It's very easy to look up and see specifically. I'm blanking on it, but it's represented.
Yeah, but it was funny because the kid, I know y'all are gonna laugh at me.
Top 32 at Worlds. You talked about it for 7
34.
rounds.
34. My first opponent was a senior, was in seniors, and placed 34th in Worlds.
I'm not making fun of you for that at all. I'm making fun of him because if you're watching this, he didn't stop talking about you for literally 7 rounds.
I'm in
No,
11.
it was more than 7.
It was the whole ride back
The entire day.
It was 11. I was in 11. I know it doesn't. I know it doesn't.
Table
matter.
1, your first table does not matter.
I know, we're just making fun of you, dude.
But I was just cause he came in, I was like, oh, he has the Honolulu Worlds hoodie, the Honolulu Worlds backpack, and the champion mat, and I'm like,
But he's cooked.
I'm like, you're kidding me, right?
Mm-hmm.
My first match is against this kid.
Naturally.
Yeah. You played against him, and I played against Stahl.
And
Yeah.
I played
Great
Reggie
welcome
Drago.
back games for us.
And
It
Reggie
was.
Drago.
It
I
was,
played against
and I was just
my
like,
game 1 was fun.
Me too. But
And I was just
so
like-
bad, dude.
and the funny thing is I beat him the first round, and then I got washed.
But it makes it
That's
hard,
right.
man. Getting off to a rough start at this tournament, really made it difficult to feel like there was hope for that day too. And that's a hard one to come back from.
And it was hilarious because I was like, I told him, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna talk about you for this whole day.
He
That
probably thought you were the creepiest dude ever, bro. He was 17.
yeah, it was.
It was a kid.
Well, because it's I don't know, facing someone that went to Worlds is still fun.
No, I know. I'm just making fun of you, dude.
Yeah, I know.
That's a moment.
It is. It's a cool.
It's
guy.
just bro, I was you're playing Raging Bolt too.
Talking about people from the world, I saw a few TikTok people. I wanted to say something, but I didn't want to be one of those kind of guys. But hey,
Yeah, just say it's
I saw you
There's nothing wrong with that.
I can't Garvantula deck. And, it seemed cool.
Golvantula.
I can't say
You'll
it
never
right.
say it right.
I
Yeah.
could never say it right. I was like, yo, I might make it. And then we heard what we would say today. It was just getting smacked by every other card known to man.
Yeah,
So
dude.
kind
Apparently,
of bring me
Golvantula's
tears.
kind of rough. I'm gonna try to make a video on Galvantula EX, but we saw a post of someone who die hard played it, and it was awful.
I might just do it just for fun and put it
Yeah.
out competitive. That's it.
We'll try. We'll give it a go.
Yeah.
It'll definitely be on the channel.
But
That's a new
Hydrapple though.
That's gonna be the first video from Stellar Crown.
Oh,
I know it's
right.
been a big break from posting videos, but that's because I had a lot of schoolwork at figuring it, planning and all that, and then regionals to make it back
Life.
and practice for it. Yeah, dude. So now we're back there. Now we're back. We're settled, and it's just me and the channel again. So we'll be back. We'll be good.
I will say this about Gavangela. Do you
Mhm.
play Salvatore?
No.
Would you play Salvatore?
No.
What does Salvatore do?
Skip. You could just evolve it immediately.
Evolve first turn.
You know what else is cool? Setting up. I know you don't like it. You like Gust and Rod, but generally, setup cards are nice, bud.
Well, that's you know what? That was my input. That's your problem.
Hey, if you
You
want,
have the YouTube channel, bro. Setting
you
up.
play the decks. Like,
I'm
You make
sorry.
it.
I'm sorry.
You make decks, bro.
I promise I
kinda
like
just
this
give
guy,
I give the
but-
idea, but you know, I'm just like, hey, here's an idea. Run with it.
For
or not.
context, Aaron and I have grown up with Rich, and sometimes, like, I'm sure you guys have people like that in your life. You love them. The guy's like a little brother. Depends on the day. But like, I just can't help but make fun of
They
him. in
do.
every sense.
They
I promise.
talking.
I promise.
They
I do.
talking.
I do care about the kid.
Yeah, makes one of us.
That's crazy.
Well, after today's dinner, yeah, no, Aaron's
Yeah.
definitely not your
Conversation for another
we're not
time.
gonna talk about that.
No,
We're not talking about that.
not at all, not at all.
Let me see.
Was there anything else though about the regional, the venue, the?
I'd say my least favorite thing about the venue was just that it felt like such a long. It just felt like a long hallway, not like an actual.
True.
like
It
a
wasn't
room.
like, to me, when I went to supervise when you went to Connecticut.
Supervise, like my
Or,
parents,
sorry,
bro.
not
Yeah,
Um,
Hartford. You were watching.
I
me,
was
bro.
watching
Yeah, you're a
and all that
spectator.
stuff. The amount of stuff that we and my girl saw, so much. From one corner to the other. And it wasn't
I
not
don't-
no table.
honestly,
It was.
That's not
Yeah.
the
Which
host,
was really nice.
That's not the
Like,
host
most
ball.
ball.
That's just the venue. Honestly, I don't think it's the end of the world. I think something like that's not something we can control.
yeah,
That's how the
It's
big
not the biggest
room.
thing, but like
It's how the room was set up to
yeah.
accommodate that many people. I can't complain about that. That they're
Yeah.
literally dealing the cards they're dealt. That is not something that anyone can change.
I didn't get a single call.
I'll
was just
also say
L-shaped.
this. I think one thing. This is just like
It was
I'm just
L-shaped.
saying
It
stuff
was.
just to say
No,
stuff.
I meant it.
Is
No.
I feel like the avenues to get from tables to tables in between rounds were so
that's true.
crowded. And I
True.
thought if
Ooh,
they
I didn't
had
even think about that.
like
They had more
taking
space.
taking one table out in all of the rows and
Yeah.
adding another row of tables, yeah, you wouldn't have but I don't need 30, 40 feet in between me and the guy
But
sitting.
just small avenues to break up the heavy traffic.
Yeah.
Because it would take
Exactly.
you would baby
Bro,
step
you just like
to your seat
Dude, I felt
400
like you would
tables
just
away.
like people were like not
And then you'd
pushing.
be late.
No one be
Yeah.
like exactly. But like if I
Well,
if
I
I
had
was
to go
like
through.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like the amount of times when we would be bowling at like 11:50, and then I'd be like, oh god, if I keep on winning, I'm gonna go to day 2, and then I'm like I'm at 350.
And you can't even do that because there's 800 people. in
No,
front
because
of
there's
you all
800
that
people,
way.
and I'm
and they're
just
all
like
just standing there.
Well, they're all trying to walk, but it's like
Going
a traffic
from,
jam.
yeah,
yeah.
10 whatever to 16
Uh-huh.
was a troop.
Yeah.
Trying to ask
Yeah.
the judge giving me an attitude to be like, oh, whatever. Then I sit to the judge saying, you are late. Well, it's a 5-minute penalty. You need to win all games. Thankfully, the person I face, very sweet, by the way. I had to look at the camera. I looked at the laptop. I looked at the camera. She was like, no, we're going to fight this because there was confusion. And on top of it, you're not supposed to look at the left corner. You're supposed to look at the middle. The guy was like, yeah, exactly. Then the judge came. We got it settled. And the judge was okay about it, readjusted her attitude, and then we played. And then a head judge, who was wearing the red line,
Yeah.
was like, oh, we got to give you guys a time extension. Okay, we finished. And then we were going in rounds. I didn't know this was a rule where if you double dip in your deck to search something, it's time wasting. But I didn't know about that. And then he was
yeah.
being like checking me. I didn't even mention this either. After the game, the next game I went to, I'd swear that judge was following me. Like, if we went to another game, he was just staring at my deck
That's
and at
crazy.
me. I'm like, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, what's going on here? And he's like, he went like 4 or 5 times, 6 times. I think probably whispered to another judge to come check me because,
doubt it.
you know, judges look high or low. This one was looking straight at me. I was
Yeah,
like, what is
but they
going on?
always have to do their lap. I think they literally
I get
have
that.
to do laps around. I doubt he was hawking.
I hope
that
not.
bad. I don't think.
Because
he
I
was
wasn't trying to cheat in the game. Why would I cheat in a game I love right
Well, 'cause
now?
It's
Word.
it's also that
Yeah.
since you get an extension and then
Yeah.
you use your nest ball and it's like
Yeah.
technically you're trying to save
Yeah.
2
The time
seconds.
awarded to you.
Okay, I
Time
get it.
awarded.
Yeah.
I get
It's
that
like
part. Was I doing
but
it? No.
like
It's a
yeah, but
mess.
it's like
Yeah.
it's your first regionals and like I'm
Yeah,
not
but they
gonna
don't
lie.
know that.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
do it to an
Yeah.
experienced
Dude,
player. They have to
do
do it
I-
to a new player.
I was
You knew
gonna
that
say,
coming to
yeah,
this tournament.
but like, do I literally pop Starbirth and nest ball?
Well, it's different when
in
you.
the same.
But Rich, it's different when you do that in the regular regular time allotted versus when you're in an extension of time.
Also, if it's an extension of time.
Because this time was awarded to you. This is not your regular 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. Now I get it. Because
You know what
it's
I mean?
awarded to me. You don't try
to cheese out
away more
There-
time.
Yeah, okay, maybe
Yeah,
you don't have to, like, you know, shuffle 50 times, have your opponent break your deck, and then you search in, because then you're slow playing. But, you know, alright, you play one nest ball at a time, you play the next nest ball, you know, you do each thing one step at a time to make sure you're not cheating your opponent in any way, but also, like cheesing extra seconds for you in that 5 minutes,
Like
I guess is how that judge was going about playing.
Like if you're playing like stall. Were you playing like stall or something?
No, he wasn't. He was playing Raging Bull.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are both playing like turbo decks.
Dragapult is not a turbo deck. What?
I mean, it's almost a turbo deck.
Nah,
Charizard.
stage 2.
Neither of those are turbo decks. Not even close. Turbo decks are Miraidon Moon. You can make an argument for Drago. What else is there? Ancient Box.
When I get set
basic
up, I get
EX
set up.
deck. Yeah, it's like your basic EX decks.
I will say though, speaking on like the double search and stuff, yo, there was like almost every game I was popping like 7 cards at a time. I was
Because
like,
that's fun. That's what everyone does to keep the pace of play going. But I guess I get, like, honestly, I'm a judge by, like, I passed the test and everything. I've judged a few tournaments. I didn't even really know that's a huge rule. I would never do that to someone. I just want to see people playing the game.
Yeah.
But I guess at a regionals, the
It's a
judges
higher
have to be on top of every single minor infraction. And it was a head judge. So if there's anyone who's going to know what the rules are word for word, it's going to be the head judge at a regional. You know what I mean? So I guess because it was done during the awarded time, that's a thing. That's not the venue fault. That's not the judge's fault. He was upholding a rule of the game. It didn't feel fair, which no one could fault you for. Honestly, I don't blame you. I would feel the same exact way. But it's not the judge's fault at all. I don't think the judge thought you were cheating or anything like that. I'm sure,
Did they give you
respectfully, I'm sure he knew you weren't cheating because your record was like 1 in like 3 or 4. Like
Phil was getting picked on.
You know what I mean? Like the judge knows you don't benefit from cheating and winning. You know what I mean? But he's enforcing a higher quality of rules, and also remember, it's your first tournament. There's things you gotta learn, things you gotta work through. I've had my fair share of rough judge calls too. You know, like they're annoying. They suck. It's part of playing the game. You know, you'll get through it. And now you know. Now you know for next time if you're an extra time, alright, I'm going to play this nest ball. And then I'm going to play this nest ball. And you're not going to shuffle your deck and waste time, but you're also not going to like quadruple search at the same time to try to cheese out some extra seconds. You know, it's all just a learning experience, especially for you. You've been playing 2 months, dude. You're doing so good playing this game. Like, don't sweat stuff like that, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, did what's it called? I forgot what it was.
Okay.
Anyway.
Sure. Was there anything else you guys wanted to?
I wish they had a
Jump
better
into?
plush. I mean, who doesn't want more plushies?
There was so many.
Yeah. There was. I wish they had ones. I'm being selfish. I was looking for a Grookey and a Droopy.
It took me 3 regionals. I didn't even find Shuckle. Josh did when I was playing. Yeah, dude. It's sometimes like some random Pokemon are really hard to find, bro.
Dude.
We didn't find Shuckle forever, you know, and here he is sitting there.
I need more.
The
Piccolo
other time I
plushies.
saw Rotom,
Which there is a bit of Piplup.
I need more Piccolo plushies.
There was a few over there, but not as
mean,
good, not as cute as yours though.
The one I have, they had. I only saw another one that was a Squishmallow.
Yes,
But that one
yes,
was mad expensive. And
Yeah, not
Yeah.
at the
Nah,
I
worth
dropped.
it.
I mean, I didn't drop. I mean, I'm not gonna say how much I dropped for the quad.
Quad's Iron staring down the
Boy.
staring down the camera.
He is pretty
This
sweet.
guy.
That one I saw it. Someone bought 2 of them,
Epic
and there was
push.
only 4 left.
Look at that guy.
And there was only 4 left. Oh, 2 left after that point. I was like, yo, I gotta get it. It's looking me in my soul is sweet. I did see one with like the poison touch on it, and I'm like,
This guy's the vibe, bro.
this one is
Yeah.
the vibe. That one
Yeah.
just had horns, and I think it was the shiny version of it too, which was
That's
cool
crazy.
because the shiny version is purplish, more purple than
I don't know.
Dookie Brown. You know what I'm saying?
I have no
But
idea.
it was cool with the horns out.
Yeah,
and I was like,
yeah.
you know what? I'm not gonna. I don't even. And it was bigger. I was like, I don't even know how much that one is. But
Yeah.
that one.
My sleeping Piplup was, I think it was like 25.
Is that the one like this? Yeah, it is the one
Yeah.
like that.
And that one's really cute.
You do love Piplup.
I do.
It's his favorite Pokemon, dude. That's why Piplup is on the thumbnail for this video that the people clicked on,
Oh,
because
yeah.
that's him, and you're a Grookey,
That's
and
right.
he's Mudkip, and that's Rowlet in the suit over there, and I've got the Shuckle.
Yo, whoever was dressed as the Decidueye on Friday, you're an absolute goat.
Nah, for real. Actually, that fit was tough. I'm not gonna
Also,
lie.
shout out to that Birdkeeper cosplayer. Tough.
Was that the one who was wearing the ghost
No.
grass type? Oh,
No.
Decidueye?
That's Decidueye.
the
Decidueye,
raptor plush?
we're talking about Decidueye.
Dude.
He's talking about something completely
I saw,
different.
I
yeah.
saw the same chick wearing the gardenias.
Gardenia, yeah, the
I see
Decidueye
that.
was wearing Gardenia.
And that was actually
It was a
made.
cool
She
fit,
was
it was a cool
talking
fit.
about. Well, that was the bug catcher, bird
No,
or bug
that's
catcher?
someone else.
Oh.
There's someone
Because I
else.
see the one where the Decidueye little setup. Apparently, I overheard her. I think she made it or something like that. Whatever.
That's sick.
Pretty
That's
sick
so
because
cool.
it was just the plush, and then obviously everything else.
The
like
costume
cool.
looks so
It was
good, dude.
cool.
She killed
I'm
that.
assuming. I'm hoping she was a Decidueye.
She definitely was.
Hopefully she likes
it.
it.
Decidueye.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But like, it was cool. It was,
That's cool.
awesome.
That's sweet.
and you see, and that's the awesome thing about the community. You walk in as you wear your favorite Pokemon on your shoulder, and
People are rocking
and
with it.
nobody's gonna say anything.
Not even. a
How
little
many Shuckle people wearing Shuckle? Actually,
There
no.
was a couple judges.
There was a couple
The
judges.
couple judges had to shuckle.
I'm wearing the Shuckle shirt, and they're like, "Is your favorite Pokemon
And you
Shuckle?"
pointed at
And
me.
I was like, "No, he does." And,
And
you're
I
right
looked at
behind me
the
with a
judge.
smile.
The judge thought I was crazy, dude.
Uh-huh.
Did you hear what I said? I was
No.
like, "Yeah, you're a man of culture. You're one of the good ones."
That's true.
And he lost it, bro.
And I was like, "No." And deep down, Grookey and Droopy will always, and Charmander, but
I knew he was a good judge.
Good-
I knew
yeah,
he made the best
he's
calls.
awesome.
He was
people
one of
wear.
the
I
good
saw someone
judges.
with a Tyranitar hat with the a hat with the Tyranitar thing.
I always
I
see.
didn't see a Grookey or a Droopy.
I see the
one.
Bidoof hat again.
Oh, there was the
Yeah,
and the
there was-
Magikarp hat.
There was a
Yeah, there was
yeah,
someone
yeah.
wearing the
Oh.
Bidoof hat, like a table next to me on my no-show game.
Yeah. Bet,
It was
bro.
sweet.
Those hats are tough.
I'd
Yeah.
just take a nap if I had a no-show game.
I went over to the vendors
Oh, I did too when I
because that was the
lost.
first time I was actually able to,
Super
really.
early.
Yeah.
But that was game 8.
It's just
So,
to me with the venue
not
with
big.
the cards.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they had more variety, more or less.
Bro,
but
they
you know,
did.
you're not gonna.
You just didn't want to look because there was a big crowd.
Dude, yeah, they were crowded.
So you can't
yeah.
complain about the variety. You
Yeah,
can
you're
go up
right.
to it.
You're right. Me, because I wanted, I kind of wanted an Altart, or
Dragapult, the
Dragapult.
shiny one. Yeah,
Gold
I bet
gone.
it was there.
Yeah,
You
I did
just
look
didn't
at
wanna wait in the
video.
line,
Yeah, that's
dude.
true, I did it. And I was like, "Yo, do you have Toxicroak?" Looked at me in my face. What is that? I was like, "Don't worry about it, I'm good." And I was like,
You
"Oh, I
don't know what
see."
I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Come on.
Don't sweat it.
And I was like, "Oh, yeah." I see Garchomp because I want to make in the future. See if they had a regular Garchomp rather than a special illustrated. It costed a lot, but I'd rather have. I like the original one.
Use TCG player, bro.
Yeah,
It's not much.
I think
at
it was
all.
paying like $13 for the Altar. I was like, "What? No."
That's
I'd rather spend $1 on the original, on the
Yeah.
other one, and I like the original one anyway.
Mhm. It looks good.
It looks
Yeah.
really. It was cool. I like the blue of it. So,
Mm-hmm.
and let me see. And Alakazam, same thing. Maybe I'll make it in the future, but
Nah, they only
I
have
didn't
the
want
special
this. They had the
Yeah.
special art, $32. I was like, nah, I could find it for $1 on TCG.
Well,
and I didn't
the
want
base
the,
art. Yeah.
not the base art, but there's 3 versions. The one that he's doing like the little hands, and then the one that it looks like with a silver background.
Uh-huh.
I like the silver background, cheap too. And but the special illustrated, nah, no, it's a good
But
card.
that's how vendors are. It's a regional.
Yeah,
they
of
don't
course.
upcharge.
You know, people gonna
Yeah.
want
Oh,
to
you
charge
got,
up.
what was it? What was it? The like shiny energies are like what, $5?
Yeah,
Uh,
over there. I mean, hell, I get it. You gotta make your money.
But they're like usually like 75 cents.
Yeah,
It
when we
depends
went
on
to
which
Bal-
art. It depends on which
Yeah.
art. You might have been looking at like the stamped ones.
Because
Like,
when
they
I
might
went
have had
to-
They were
play-
not staying.
the league said, well,
They were not
it
staying.
depends which edition of Hollow. You know what I mean? Like
Oh.
some Hollows are worth so much more than others.
Like when I went to supervisor, mentor.
Mentor, you didn't
I
know how to
can't even
play.
say. I forgot the title of it, but
Spectate.
Spectate. Thank you. Went to spectate the one in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Dude, $1 for anyone. I was like, that's a good deal.
But that's
That-
because they were like there's certain hollow energies that are worth that, and those were them.
Okay, I'll
The
take
one
that.
the hollow ones y'all were looking at were like the
I
Call of Legends hollows
I
and
just-
stuff
I
like
just,
that.
I just
Like-
threw out a number. I'm not gonna lie.
no, I know, but you know, like they're different energies, just like different Pokemon that are worth different amounts. You know what I mean? So you gotta treat them as such.
I feel like there should have been more. I mean, my girl was asking for decor for our place. I found more cards.
Perfect decor.
Oh, absolutely.
True.
That's for me to sleep with, or
Bro,
like
it should be in your
for-
living room. It should be.
Oh
fun.
yeah, it should
Get a
look into the
statue.
soul.
Front.
pedestal of Cloud's
And it's funny because
New table centerpiece.
yes.
good idea. And it's funny too because Cloud's Eye from Scarlet and Violet probably fit starter team in the future. I don't know.
He's
I
a
think this
goat,
look
bro.
cool.
He's a goat.
Poison Ground, can't beat that.
Is there anything else before we wrap it up though about? Because I think we're at time. I can't really see that far away, but I think it's been the normal-ish length. Anything else you want to close out on before
I think
we
we're good on this
wrap
part.
her up? Any last words for this special episode, the Baltimore episode, boys?
That's crazy special.
I will say-
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a special episode.
That's true.
I mean, yeah.
Rich would have more to yap about
I
as
was
he takes
gonna
out his
say-
phone.
No, because what was it? Overall, I went 11 and 9 and 1.
We don't care.
All right. I'm gonna just shut up, man.
Nah, Aaron, you're so real for that. I'm not gonna lie.
Alright, hey, let's wrap it up.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
They're gonna start fighting.
I'll catch y'all later. See you in the next episode. Stay epic. Peace.
Peace.